Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And so off the tip, it's New York. Stolen by Middleton. Nowitzki for three. Here's Worthy. And the dunk by Worthy.
That's really just too easy for Worthy. The defense can't give him that deep interior positioning like that.
Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Reeves outside. Here's Robertson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Tatum. Here's Hibbert. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Solid move that time by Hibbert. This is the area where he's most comfortable.
Releases. The shot by Robertson, no good. New York with the ball. Tatum drives in. Rejected by Nowitzki.
And, you know, Nowitzki is capable of 86ing these shots now. That means rejection, using his height and wingspan to deny.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, that was a strong dunk.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And, guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
To the paint. Here's Hibbert. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Yeah, like a huge, hungry grizzly bear. Hibbert feasting at the rim.
And so the ball out of bounds. Hibbert touched it last. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Here's Hibbert. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Here's the Bronx. Three from Robertson. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Stolen by Reeves. To the middle. Here's Worthy. And the dunk by Worthy.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Nowitzki. And the baseline jumper, no good. And here's Kersey. 46 seconds left here in the first quarter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Middleton really is an amazing shooter, absolutely amazing, especially from long distance.
And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That is his first foul of the game. Kersey with the ball. And And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And, you know, Kersey is a really solid offensive player. Where he really makes his mark is as a lockdown defender.
This is his first free throw of the game. Good on both. Here's Robertson. He's got 7. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's the 3. And the Bronx, another 3.
And generally, Robertson's a guy that likes to play free throw line and below, but here's a time where he steps out and launches from beyond.
Odom on the wing. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Bronx on top, up by 5. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bronx.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. And another turnover here by New York. The Bronx leading by 9. Mitchell. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Mitchell's got his second bucket of the game to go. And finished off by Drexler.
Much respect for the bounce of Drexler. I mean, this guy knows how to get up and throw it down with flair.
The 3 from Harden. It's rebounded by New York.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Barrett. There's the drive.
The length of Odom shows up at both ends of the floor. Outstanding defense there.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Harden. 6 to shoot. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
New York calls timeout. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Mitchell outside. Inside from 7. Stolen by Mitchell. And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that. Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Mitchell looking it over. It's stolen by Adams. To the inside. 3. Missed inside.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Mitchell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Lamar Odom picks one up.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table, the willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
And Mitchell drops them both. New York trails by 11. Lets a floater go. And Davis sends it back. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here is Kersey. 6 points for him. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Outside, Davis. There's the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Odom is at his best inside, able to play through contact and still finish.
It's hauled in by Adams.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Mitchell. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And this is routine for Mitchell. He doesn't need much space to feel comfortable elevating.
Pass to Kersey. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Davis for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so that brings the first half to a close. The Bronx leads by 12. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And it's the Bronx with the ball. The deep 3 from Mitchell. Rebounded by Tatum. New York trails by 12.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now here is Davis. Over George. Back to Davis. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by New York. Now Hibbert. At the elbow, Adams. The kick out to Tatum. And a miss there on the triple. The Bronx leading by 10. Shoots. That one a little long. Pass to Hibbert. Over Mitchell. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Williamson, covered by Hibbert. Outside, Barrett. And it's sent back by George.
Timed it beautifully, and George able to send it back with authority.
Down low. Stolen by Mitchell. Fast break, the Bronx. Bangs home the trifecta. He has 5.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
New York calls timeout. Bronx making a switch here. New York trails by 13. Pass to Adams. Some nice passing by New York here. Hibbert gets the bucket.
Well, he's got decent hands. Actually, his hands are pretty soft. Excellent touch on the shot. Nice job by Hibbert in the catch and shoot there.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Good on the shot. Harden's got his first points of the game. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for New York. Here's Adams. And good that time.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
.133 left in the third quarter. And yes, it's good. And the Bronx leads by 13.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Here's Williamson. He has yet to score. Roy Hibbert with the rebound.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Adams' shot is good.
And nothing seems to faze Adams, even when you get physical with him.
Count it. 7 points in the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Second chance shot. That shot is off. New York trails by 13. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
You know, having the type of body that absorbs contact easily, you really have to wrap Hibbert up if you're going to keep him from scoring inside.
New York shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. 32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Davis. Over Drexler. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Davis has got 5 points so far.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Good, nice job down low.
Typical unselfish play that time by Drexler, taking the opportunity to get it to the ready shooter.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Bronx with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And they're winning the turnover battle. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. New York trails by 10. The kick out to Odom. And out of bounds as the Bronx gains possession. Here's the Bronx. They've led by as many as 14 points. It's stolen by Green. Here's Drexler. And finished off by Drexler.
Boy, how about the extension at the rim? So explosive. Drexler powering through.
Reeves left side. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bronx?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And, you know, they've been stupendous challenging shots and protecting the rim. Their block numbers really reinforce what we've seen from them in terms of rim protection.
Pass to Green. Here's Odom. Green left side. Outside, Drexler. Clock at 6. Moves back up. And the layup is good.
Well, Drexler's so smooth, makes it look effortless, but he does have to get tricky inside to beat that contact.
Here's Worthy. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And that's now 6 points for James Worthy. New York calls timeout. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. Now, Coach really laid into them. He said, we're too loose with it. Tighten it up. These turnovers are going to cost us if we keep giving the ball away. We're better than this. Guys?
Thank you, David. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Nowitzki looking it over. Pass to Robertson. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Hey, who needs a 40-inch vertical? That throwdown from Dirk, good enough for me.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Bronx leads by 17.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And it's good, 2 points.
You know, not something we get to see very often. Hibbert lighting up the scoreboard.
Middleton outside. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Drexler. And so here is New York, down by 15. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there. Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That free throw good from Kersey. And Kersey drops both of them. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The Bronx leading by 13. From deep, Reeves. It's rebounded by New York. Outside, Tatum. New York moving the ball around. And it's Hibbert missing. And it's the Bronx with the ball. 17 points was their biggest margin. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Tatum. Here's Kersey. Here's Hibbert. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Nice job carving out terrific position. You know, Hibbert with the girth. He's got the body now to punish you on the offensive board.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Fires from way outside. Kersey grabs the board. New York calls timeout. They're behind by 11. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Mitchell outside. Launches it. New York, no good that time either. And it's the Bronx with the ball. 11-point game. Another miss by Middleton. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, I mean, unless they come up with an absolute miracle.
Middleton is simply a very versatile and dangerous offensive player. He's clever at using the pull-up jumper in the right spots to balance out his shot-making repertoire.
9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. From deep, Robertson. That shot, no good. So no problem for the Bronx as they get the win. A solid win on the road.